Yes, students, today shall we start the class? Let me start with the third chapter, working with functions. Okay. So generally we discussed yesterday what is function. Can you say anyone can remember it? What is function? Function is a part of the program. That only we discussed yesterday. Okay. So what is function means? It's a part of the program. It is used to do a specific task. Why we are making the function? Why we are creating the function means? So particularly the function will handle or it will do the specific task only. Okay, that is the use of the function. Okay, and why we need function? What is the advantage of function means? Many points are there. First point, easy to debug. Debug means if any error is found in the program means, okay, it is very easy to handle the error. That is, it is easy to rectify the error if you are making as a function. If we didn't write the function, we are writing as lines of code, more number of lines of code means it will be very, very difficult to understand or very difficult to find where the error is. Okay, but if you are writing in the way of function means it will be very easy to find the error, where in which part we have the error. Okay, so that is one of the advantage also. Okay, so many things are there, and error correction, any updation, if you want to do any updation in the program means it will be very easy if you are using the function. Okay, lot of advantages are there. Let me go with the slide. 1 minute, I will share the slide. Yesterday I shared this image to you. Can you refer this? You referred yesterday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So here you can see the main program. It starts from the a equal to input. We are getting the input no. So before that function definition. Okay. So main program, the interpreter will start to work from the main program only. Okay. So the main program, we are getting the input, two input. This is an example for function. Okay. What are the parts of functions are there? Okay. Okay. You can see very clearly. So A and B, we got the two input, and R equal to, it's a variable to receive. We are making the call statement. Add of A comma B. This is the function call statement. It is mentioned in the green color. Okay. Then A and B is called as arguments. Okay. So we are passing the value in the main function. That is, we are making the, we are passing some values no in the call statement. That is called arguments. Okay. Then you can go to the first line of the program. Def is a keyword to define a function. With this keyword only we can define a function. Okay, so add is the function name, you already know. X comma y is parameters. Okay, so we should call x comma y, that is in the function header. We are defining, we are mentioning some values. No, values means values are variables that we should call as a parameters. Okay, the first line of the function is called as function header. Okay, and return is a keyword. You can see the third line. Return is a keyword. With the keyword only we can return. We can able to return a value from the function definition to, that is function to main program. Return some variable, that is return some value. So we are here returning C. The C value will be received by R in the main program. R equal to, we are assigning R equal to one function, we are assigning it. So what the function will return, that returned value will be received by the variable R. Then afterwards we print R. Do you have any doubt in this function parts of function?
No, sir.
Okay. Have you cleared the rest of the students?
Sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Chandra, good. So let me go for the next one. Two type of functions are there. Before we are going to the two, it is classified into two classifications are there. Classification is different and types is different. Okay. So two classifications of functions is there. One is built-in function, another one is user-defined function. What is built-in function means? Already the function is defined in the Python interpreter. Okay. For example, yesterday we have seen that string functions, print function, input function, these are all functions. Whether we are defining anything for that. For example, input function we are using to get the input. Print function we are using in the program. Whether we are defining for that. Whether we are defining any function in the program.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, because it is already inbuilt. Already it is defined in the Python interpreter itself. So whenever we are using that, automatically these functions will be called automatically. This are all called constructor. Automatically, whenever we are started to write a program, it will be called. Okay. So for this, the functions are default. Okay, for your understanding. Okay, these are all inbuilt functions. For example, string function, we are used a lot of string functions. Upper function, lower function, two upper, two lower. Many functions we are using. Find function, range function we are using in the loop. Okay, and many functions we are using. These are all called inbuilt functions. Okay, we no need to define. Already these are all predefined one in the Python interpreter itself. Okay, so that's why it will be called automatically whenever we are calling the function. Whenever we are using the function will be called from the library, default library of Python. Okay, and second part is user defined function. Okay, we are defining who is user, we are the user. So we are defining a function for certain purpose. I already said what is a function, why we are making the function to do a specific task. Okay, for example, I want to add two numbers. Yesterday we have seen this simple program for adding two programs. Sorry, to adding two numbers, we are defining one function. In this example also you can see, for adding two numbers we defined one function, x comma y. Okay, so the function will, whatever number we given, it may be integer, it may be float, or whatever data type. If we give two numbers, means it will add, it will return the result. That's the work of this function. Could you understand what is the use of add function?
Yes, sir.
Okay, whatever number we given, its work is what's the specified work for this function, it will add the two numbers. Okay, whenever we are defining for finding the area of circle, area of square, area of rectangle, for that we can easily define a function. Okay, simply if we call the function, means the function will be called and the values will be passed. For example, area of circle, what are the values they are needed to calculate area of circle? Can you say what is the formula for area of circle?
Circle, we need only radius, sir.
Yes, pi r square, isn't it? So what is the
Yes,
formula
sir.
for area of square? That is, sorry, circle pi r square. So we need radius only, r value only. Simply if we are passing the r value, for example, I am making the function circle, it is the function. Okay, our area of circle is the function. I am passing one value, that is r value, then automatically what will happen? The function is defined for calculate the area of circle. So automatically it will return the value. Okay, whenever we have defined it. Do you understand? So the function is making, we are creating the function, or the function is meant for to do a specific task. That is the use of function. Okay, so if you want to write all the areas, area of circle, rectangle, square, likewise, you want to make a list, means you can easily create a function for that. Okay, then the one program, it will make, it will easily we can create it with the use of function. Okay, these are all called user defined function. We are defining the function for our purpose. So we need a specific, for example, last class we have given one homework to you in list. Can you remember it? In list, what are the things we have made? I mean the homework.
Students name, phone number.
Sir, getting the
Yes,
students'
we got,
infos and
yes.
accessing it, deleting it.
We are recording the student details, and second thing we are, that is adding a student details and deleting the student details. If you want to search your student details, that thing. And another one is what to show, to display all the student details whatever stored in our database, I mean in the list. The four options, four operations we made in the list. Can you recall it, that homework?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so for that we can, whether we used a function for that, no, we didn't use function. Okay, but if you use the function, for example, if any error is made in the student to display the student, it won't affect the rest of the part. We cannot able to see, for example, if any error in the if any error is happened in the function of showing details, show details function, that function will display all the student details. Okay, then admission, that is student adding the student record, it will work fine. Okay, it won't affect. But if we didn't use the function, what will happen? The entire program is a one stretch. Okay, so it won't, what will happen? It won't able to run properly. Okay, that's the use. So if you are using function, it will be well and better. Okay, it's well and good. Did you catch the point? What is the use of function?
Yes, sir.
Okay, two classifications are there: built-in function and user-defined function. Okay, These are all the basic of function. Let me go into the function. Okay. In function, again, two types of functions are there. What are the two types? Means void function and non-void function. What are the two things? Two types?
Void function and non-void function.
Very good. So void function means you know the meaning of void. Void means null. It's a meaning, isn't it? So void means nothing or null. It's zero or empty. Okay. So that is void. Non-void means returning something. It is not zero. It is not null. Okay. So void function means your function doesn't return anything to the call statement. That the type of functions are called as void function. If a function doesn't return anything to the call statement, that type of functions are called as void function. Non-void function means if a function returns something, returns some values to the call statement, those type of functions are called as non-void function. Are we clear with the two types? This is very important thing. Have we cleared this void function and non-void function? So here I am showing one example. No, whether it is void function or non-void function. Can you see the screen?
So it's
Non-void function.
non-void functions.
How you are saying it is non-void function? Can you explain? You said it is
giving value to the.
Yes, because it is returning. You can see in the third line of the function return C. So C is a value. It is returning some value to the main function, or it is returning some value to the call statement. That is to the the add r equal to add of a comma b. The call statement is there, no. So it is returning the value. What value it is returning? C. Some value stored in the C. So that value it is returning. So that's why it is called as what? Non-void function. Okay, let me see one example for void function. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, now you are going to see, you are going to tell the multiplication, whether we will use, okay, let me create the function for area of circle. Okay, as we discussed. Okay, so first thing, you want to write the main program. That is the way of writing. Please listen carefully. This is the way of writing a program with the function. First itself, we should not write the main program, because I already said yesterday's class, before function call, the function definition should be defined. Before we are mentioning, we are calling the function should be defined. Okay, for example, I'm here, I'm making that, I'm getting, for example, what is this formula for circle, area of circle?
Pi r square.
Pi r square. So we need only r value. Pi value we know, that is we can easily put that. Okay, so r value only we need. I'm just using r equal to. So I'm just getting the data type of float, because often we are using integer only. No, that's why I'm using float. Float of input. This float function, input functions and all. I mean this construct and all. Whether we are defining any function, whether we defined for using any input function.
No,
We didn't define. Automatically it is inbuilt. These are all built-in function. Okay. Input of, we are writing, enter the value, enter the radius. Okay. Could you understand? So now we got the radius, right? Then we need to make the function. That's the only one value we need, pi r square. Okay. So now we need to call the function. For example, I'm just using result. I just using the word res, res. Res equal to, we are going to define a function. Function name. What is the rule for function name? Can anyone say? Is it any name rules are there to naming a function? Is it there or not? Yes.
yes, sir. It is there. Sir. It is like literal, sir. It have.
Yes. What is the rule for identifier? Same rules only. In identifier, what are the rules? The name should start with either alphabet or underscore. It should not start with numbers. It should not contain any special symbols. These are all the rules we have studied in the chapter 1. No, naming for identifier, rules for naming an identifier. Can you recall it?
Yes, sir.
So the same rules, because
Yes, sir.
function name also is what? It is an identifier. Okay. Identifier means identifies to something. Okay. Function name also an identifier. Variable also an identifier. Okay. So same rules are applicable. So shall we name it area of circle? I'm just giving circle itself name. Circle is a function name. So how many parameters we are going to pass? Is it parameter or argument? Can you say? Here in the call statement, the last slide also we have seen. In the call
Arguments, sir.
statement, very good. In call
Argument.
statement, we are passing some values. No, that values are called as argument. In function header means first line of the function. There we are receiving some values. No, we are mentioning some. We are defining some variables.
That
No, that is
parameters.
called as parameters. Very good. Okay. Let me see
Parameters.
this. Yes, good. So circle, we are passing R value. Okay. This is we are passing the types of arguments also there. Let me discuss in later part. Okay. This is one type of argument. Actually, this is called positional argument. Okay. Three major types of arguments are there. Okay. That we discuss later. So rest is a keyword. Sorry, it's not a keyword. It's a variable to receive the values which the function returning. Okay. Circle function will return certain things to the call statement. That value will be received by the variable. That value will be stored by the variable rest. Okay. Circle R. We are making the call statement. So before we are making the call statement, we should define a function. No. So first line I'm going to define a function. What is the keyword to define a function? Can you say? Which is the keyword? Yes, def. Okay. So def is the keyword. Def. What is the function name? What is
Circle.
the
Area.
circle? Very good.
Circle. Sorry.
Circle. Then what is the argument we given? R we given. Here we can define whatever variable also.
So I'll take
Okay.
X.
So we can use same R also, or else we can give another name also, another parameter also. For better understanding, I'm just giving R1. Okay. Inside this is called what? What is R1?
Parameter.
Very good. R1 is a parameter. So we need to. It is a function is a block of statement. So it is a compound statement. So we should mention the colon. Okay. Then next line we should give the four spaces. The indentation and all, you know, no? Do you understand this indentation? Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
now we are going to see the result. What is the manipulation we are going to? What is the operation we are going to do to calculate the circle, area of circle? So I'm just giving A equal to area of circle pi r square. That is 3.14 pi into r square. Okay. So let me write r into r. We can write r is r exponential, r power 2. That is, we can use that also. Can you understand? R double star 2. Okay, this is exponential form, r square. Okay, so in this whatever manner we can write it, or else r into r. R square means we can easily write r into r. R power 14, r power 15 means r into r into r we cannot write, no. So r double star 14 likewise we can easily give. Okay, now we made it. We need to return a value to the function. Which keyword is used to return a value to the call statement? Which keyword is used to return a value to the call statement? Yes.
Return.
Return. So yes, return. What value we are going to send? What value we are going to return? Where the calculated value will be stored?
Yes, sir.
A. So return A, because A is contained the entire result. That is pi r square it contained. Okay, return A. That's all. So the return A will be returned. The function returning a value. That value will be stored. That value will be received by the 10th line. You can see rest. Okay, rest is the keyword. So that will receive the value of A. Okay, I'm just deleting the empty spaces. Okay, for your better understanding. Afterwards, I'm just printing the print statement. Okay, here I'm just writing area of circle. Area of circle, I've just mentioned. Okay, then we need to print the value. Which value we need to print? Rest. Okay, so this is the value we need to print it. Can you understood this one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, shall we run this program? Okay, so if I run this program, you can easily enter the radius it's asking. I'm just giving 4. Okay, so return, it is returning, the function is returning what? 50.24 pi r square, 3.14 into 4 into 4, that is 16 into 3.14. Okay, would we catch this? Yes. I didn't get it. Can you say again?
நீங்க இப்ப ரேடியஸோட வேல்யூ வந்து 4னு கொடுத்தீங்க சார். ஆனா
Is there any wrong? I didn't get your voice properly. Yes, Chandru. Okay, let us see this. Can you get this output? How it is calculating? How the function is working? How the function is returning a value to the call statement? Does the rest of the students, do you understand? Okay.
Sir.
Okay. So now we are going to write one more function. Okay. Now itself. Let us see area of square. What is area of square? Very simple formula only. What is it?
A square.
A square. A into A. Okay. So can you write this? What are the changes I want to make? Can you say that? Now you are going to write. You just say, then I am just typing that.
Sir, in the define function first, instead of circle, you change it to square, sir.
Good. Okay.
Then in the second line, you delete that star and 3.14, sir.
Oh, okay. I understood. For example, I'm just give A into A. Okay. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Return A.
Sir, R1. Sir, R1 into R1, no, sir.
Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, last program also what we did? R1 and R1 we did, isn't it?
No, sir. But still we got it.
No. But this is wrong. Just we need to give R1. Okay. That's wrong. For example,
Yes,
here
sir.
we are receiving R1. No. Understand, students? R1 into R1. R1 is the value we received. Okay. I think Chandru is about to say something regarding that. I think so. Okay. Anyhow,
Yes.
R1 into R1.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, he's Sriraman, sir.
Oh, Sriraman. Okay. Okay. A equal to R1 into R1. Then we are returning the
Sir, in the
A.
fifth line.
Okay.
In the fifth line, enter the side, sir. Length of side. Instead of radius, length of side or side.
Square. Okay.
Doubt, sir.
Yes, ask me. Yes, ask.
லாஸ்ட் இப்ப சர்க்கிள் வச்சு பண்ணீங்களா சார்? அதுல வந்து சர்க்கிளோட ரேடியஸ் வந்து இன்டீரியர்.
I didn't catch it really.
இங்க 5th லைன்ல ஹாட் இஸ் டு ஃப்ளோட் ன்னு போட்டுருக்கீங்களா சார்?
Yes.
Sir, he's asking, you have given in the fifth line, it is float.
Why it is float? It is you are asking. Is it that's
no,
your
sir,
question?
you have given float, sir, and why you have given integer and it is taking is asking.
It will take. If, for example, I given 4, no, how it will be take? It will take 4.0. Automatically, it will take in the form of 4.0. Oh, that's your doubt. Oh my God. Okay, that is if you are giving an, if you are defining if you are getting input in the form of float, but if you are giving an integer value, automatically it will be converted into the floated type. That is, if we give a pure integer number 4, I given a 4, but how the 4 will be taken means 4.0 it will be taken. Okay, but for example, if you are defining instead of float, if I give r equal to int of input, if I write like that, okay, then I am just giving 4.5. Whether it will accept means it will show error, because integer won't accept float, but float will accept integer, but in the form of 0.0. Okay, that's the thing. 4 and 4.0 is same value, that's what it will accept. But 4 is not equal to 4.5, no, that it won't convert. Automatically it won't convert. Okay, that's the thing. Yes.
Sir.
Okay, any doubt in this? Okay, ready to write the program. Yes. Instead of circle,
sixth line, instead of circle, you have to put Square.
Square. Good. Then
Print
print
In
statement.
area
seventh
of
line in the print statement, square should be there instead of circle.
Yes, good. So area of square. Okay. So now you can
That's all.
explain how this. So fifth line, the interpreter will start to work, right? So it will getting the value. So that value will be received in the variable r. Then sixth line is the call statement. So square r, it is passing the which value we received from the user. That value we will pass in the form of argument. Okay. Then it will find where the square is there. That is a function square where it is defined. So it will automatically it is defined in the first line. Okay. That's why I'm saying that before we are writing the call statement, before we are calling the function should be defined. Okay. So in first line, the square is defined, that is r1. Okay. Here r, there r1. So r value will be passed to the variable or the parameter r1. Then a equal to r1 into r1. Okay. In circle program also, please note this time. Okay. That is, we have some confusion in this value which we given. I forgot it, but just taking it. Okay. So r value will be passed to the parameter r1, and second line you can see a equal to r1 into r1, that is a square. Instead of we are giving whatever variable, not an issue. Okay. Then return a. After the function will complete its task, it will return the value. Where it will return, where the call statement is made. Where the call statement, which line we made the call statement? Can you say?
Sixth line, sir.
Sixth line, not fifth. Sixth line only you said no.
Yes,
So
sir.
number 6. Okay, sixth line we made the call statement, that is square of r. So it will return it. Here one variable is there to receive the value from the function. Okay, that is res. Okay, so the a value will be stored in the variable res. After that we print the res. Okay, if I run this program, you can come to know. For example, I'm just giving 2. Okay, then you can come to know area of square is 4.0 because we got the input is in data type. Float data type.
Float.
Okay, that's why it is returning 4.0. Can you catch it? Did you understood
Yes,
this
sir.
one? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I hope you learned how to write a function, isn't it? All the students, did you understood how to write a function? Do you
Yes,
know
sir.
it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, let me see this. This is what type of function? Can you see? I said two type of function: void function and non-void function. This function is example for what?
Non-void.
Non-void or void?
Non-void, sir.
Non-void, sir.
Non-void. How you are saying it is non-void? The function is returning the value to the main the call
Returning value.
statement. Okay. For example, instead of returning, I'm just giving like that. What I'm going to do, see, I'm just instead of this, I'm pasting here this line. Okay. Now what will happen? The function is returning anything. If I execute means, you can see that I'm giving the 2 again. Oh, okay. Dress is not defined. 1 minute. Here we no need to put this. We didn't receive any value, no, that's why. Here we need to print the A. You can see this A because A only we calculated, no. So if I run this program, you can see now we given the value 2, we got the input area of square is 4.0. This type of function is non-void function. The function is doesn't return anything. So in 6, I will reduce the space. You can understand better. Okay. In the fifth line, we got one input, and sixth line we are making the call statement, square function call statement, and we are passing one value also. So that value,
Sir,
R value, be copied to R1. Yes,
sir,
please. Yes. Yes.
sir, resna, sir, RES,
Rest
resna.
is a variable, man. It's a variable. We can give whatever name also. We can give Chandru also, not an issue. Okay. It's a variable only. In order to store the value, it is not a
Oh, okay,
keyword.
sir.
Okay. So here you can see R equal to, we got the input in the form of float. Then sixth line, we are making the call statement. So the function will be called. Call statement means the function, to call a function, we need to write the call statement. Okay. If we call, then only the function will be called. If we didn't call means it won't call. It won't be do the work. Okay. So square we are calling the function. the interpreter will check where the function square is defined. In the first line it is defined, so it will check that. So R1 is a parameter ready to receive the value, that is R. Okay, the R value will be passed to R1, then A equal to R1 into R1, that is A square we are making it, and print area of square is A. What is A? What the A value may contain? R1 into R1. So it is printing whether the function is returning anything to the main call statement.
No, sir.
No, that's why this type of function is called as what?
Void function.
This function is called as void function.
Void.
Okay, this function is called as void function because I clearly said what is void function means a function which doesn't return anything to the call statement. Those functions are called as void function. Here, this function square doesn't return anything to the call statement. That is the sixth line. Okay, that's why this function is called as what? Void function. Doesn't return anything to the call statement. Can you understand? Can you know that? Have you familiar with the difference between void function and non-void function?
Function.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Today
sir.
we will do the recap. What is function we have seen? What are the advantage of function we have seen? And we have seen the classification, built-in function, which is built-in function, which is user-defined function. Why we are making the function, that things we have seen. How to define a function also we have seen. Then we made the program, how to create a void function, non-void function. That also we have discussed and with the example program. Do you have any doubt in this session? Do you have any doubt?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ask me.
No, sir. No doubts.
Okay, what about the rest of the students? Do you have any doubts?
No, sir.
No,
sir.
Good, good. So points to remember, you can see this keyword def we should use. Okay, def is a keyword to start a function header. Function header means first line of the function is called as what? Function definition is called as what? Function header. The entire line is called as function header.
Header.
Okay. Okay, the function is the unique name. The function name should be unique. For example, if you are using two functions, the name should not be clash. Each function name should be unique. Okay, that is the thing. And third one, function can take arguments. Here in the function, how many arguments we pass? Can you remember? In circle function, how many arguments
One
we pass?
argument, sir.
One argument. In square function, how many arguments we pass? That is also one argument. Okay. So like this, we can pass multiple arguments also too. Who's about to say two? We passed only one. No.
Chandru, sir.
Chandru. Okay. Okay. So we are taking the passing arguments also, it's optional. We may pass or we cannot pass. We no need to pass also. It's optional. Okay. And the next one is we should give the colon. Okay, because it is the function is the compound statement or it's a block. That's why we should define in the function header at last colon. Okay. Then function, what is it? One we can define a function statement, that is body of the function. Okay. And next one, the return also. If the function want to return something which the keyword return, then only the function will return the value. Without the keyword return, the function cannot return any value to the call statement. Okay. And last line you can see the function must be called or the function will be invoked. Invoke means start or it will be called. Okay. The call statement will be made. If you didn't make the call statement, what will happen? The function won't call. The function definition is perfect, but the function will not work because we didn't call the function. Can you understand? Unless we didn't call the function will not exist.